highway.
Wala na, isa kasakyanan, gidala na.
So guys, nani ang panghitabo karon diri sa Mahaya.
Late Thursday night, Tropical Storm Basyang made landfall and moved northwest across Mindanao, bringing with it intense rainfall that would soon overwhelm rivers, drainage systems, and low-lying neighborhoods. Although the storm has since weakened into a tropical depression, its effects were anything but minor. In many areas, the rain it unleashed triggered widespread flooding and dangerous flash floods, forcing thousands of families from their homes. One of the hardest hit areas was Iligan City, located in Lanao del Norte province. As rain poured through the night, floodwaters rose rapidly, catching many residents off guard. In low-lying communities like Barangay Mahayahay, water surged through streets and into homes within hours, leaving behind thick mud, debris, and scenes of devastation.
Oh, tanawa. Ay, duha di ay. Duha di sila di ay.
According to local disaster officials, a nearly 4,700 residents from 21 barangays were displaced. Evacuation centers were opened early Friday morning as entire neighborhoods began to disappear underwater. Families arrived carrying what little they could save, clothes, documents, and in many cases, just each other. To protect lives, city authorities took swift action. Classes were suspended across Iligan, and key infrastructure was temporarily shut down. A major bridge connecting Barangay Mahayahay to nearby Tubod was rendered impassable after a swollen river overflowed its banks. Vehicles were stranded, and a vital highway route was cut off, further complicating rescue and relief operations.
Paggawas dira is Iligan Capital College.
Namin sa second floor, evacuate na mo sa mga, evacuate na sa mga.
Tubod.
The Philippine Weather Bureau, PAGASA, warned that residual rainfall could persist through the weekend. Officials stressed an important reminder. Even when a storm weakens below tropical storm strength, it can still produce deadly flooding, especially in already saturated areas. In Barangay Mahayahay, the situation turned especially dire. Rising waters forced families to climb to upper floors or flee to emergency shelters in the dark. Images and videos shared on social media showed cars nearly submerged, living rooms filled with muddy water, and debris scattered across once quiet streets. One particularly moving account described a parent waking before dawn to find water creeping into their home. With little time to react, they rushed their children to higher ground as the flood continued to rise. In nearby areas, neighbors waded through chest-high water together, helping one another carry appliances, furniture, to and small children, moments that captured both the fear and the solidarity that disasters so often reveal.
Sitwasyon diri sa mga karon, ngani sa highway.
Beyond Iligan, the storm's toll was felt across northern Mindanao. Reports indicate at least 4 to 5 fatalities linked to flooding and rain-induced landslides in the region. Thousands more were displaced in surrounding provinces, including areas near Cagayan de Oro, while parts of the Visayas also reported heavy rainfall, flash floods, and mudslides. The disruption extended well beyond flooded neighborhoods. Transportation systems across the country were severely affected. At least 32 domestic flights were canceled, leaving nearly 8,000 passengers stranded at airports. Sea travel was also suspended along rough coastlines, cutting off island communities and delaying the movement of essential goods.
Nang gawas na sila buyo. Namatay na din sila buyo. Na akong duwa dira o. Matay na.
Ang kauban. Oh my God.
When for many families already grappling with damaged homes and lost income, these travel disruptions added another layer of stress, compounding the economic and emotional toll of the disaster. Emergency response teams were quickly mobilized. Local government units, disaster response councils, and community volunteers worked around the clock to distribute relief goods, manage evacuation centers, and check on vulnerable residents, particularly the elderly, people with disabilities, and families with young children.
Maugani na apa ang mga kun.
While the flooding in Iligan City stirred painful memories of past storms, officials emphasized that early warnings, preemptive evacuations, and community preparedness played a critical role in saving lives. Even so, the road to recovery will be long. As waters slowly recede, families are returning to homes filled with mud, damaged furniture, and uncertainty about what comes next.
Dapat nilapaw na sa Coastal Bridge. No, uy!
Yet amid the destruction, stories of resilience continue to emerge. Neighbors helping neighbors, volunteers showing up without being asked, communities leaning on one another in moments of crisis. These are the quiet strengths that disasters often reveal.
May mga na. Ayun o.
Natural disasters like Basyang remind us of the immense power of nature, but also of the power of human connection. If you're watching from afar and would like to help, consider supporting reputable organizations providing food, shelter, and medical assistance to affected families. Even small contributions can make a meaningful difference for those rebuilding their lives. Thank you for watching. Please stay informed, stay safe, and look out for one another.